Well, how's it going, YouTube? We've made it out off the beach. Tauranga Bay's our destination today. We've wheeled our kayaks down through the soft sand, all loaded up, and we're out off the beach now. Chase is here again with me, and we've got a lovely little workup just happening off the beach. So our plan today is to dive, but we're just going to flick a few baits around this workup and see what happens first. Okay, so we've just come over to where these birds are working, and I've had a couple of casts and we're hooked up. I don't think it's a massive fish. A good one to start the day with though, I think. I'm not sure where my drag setting's at on my reel. It might be like backed way the hell off. First fish of the day. She's a nice one. Oh, that's a nicey. That is a nicey. Oh, he's well hooked. He's well hooked. He's not going anywhere. Oh, there we are. And that's a lovely fish. He's probably, I don't know, 10 pound or so. Look at that, glinting in the sun. We're going to let him go. It's the first fish of the day. Oh, that's a bit of an ungraceful release, but it's done the job. Awesome. All right, well, the fish activity died off a little, so we've made our way out here now and just anchored up. We're about to hop in the water. First order of the day is to try and find some crayfish. So this is an area I've found them before, and it's pretty shallow. It's high tide, so we're going to have to work a little bit, but we'll get kitted up and see how we go. Well, there's nothing in that spot. We're going to have to move on. Well, we had a second dive in a spot. The water's really dirty, so I didn't bother bringing the camera along, but Chase managed to get his first crayfish after a bit of trying. It's a really nice fish too. And I managed to nab a couple, but now we're headed out. We're gonna try diving the back of Stevenson's Island. That's Stevie's over here. We're just heading out the back of it now, and hopefully we're going to find a bit of cleaner water.
The first shot I had was at a kohuru in a school. Unfortunately, I missed. Under a school of blue mau mau, I found a really nice sized snapper. I lined it up and took the shot, but the blue mau mau deflected the spear. Keeping on diving under the school of blue mau mau, I started to see plenty of small kingfish. They were legal, but pretty small, and I didn't really want to shoot them. I saw quite a few, and after a while time ran out and it was time to head back to the beach.
Alright, we're back at the beach. It's been a fairly big day. As you can see, we've got the sun just going down in the background, but we've done pretty well really, considering. I've got a couple of crays here. Chase has got a real nice cray. Bring it closer so they can see. That's a nice cray. It's his first one too.
First cray. Overly stoked.
Yeah. I missed a really nice snapper. Hopefully I've got it on video, so you'll be seeing that if I have. And yeah, it's just been a really nice day. We spent most of it in the water, so we haven't really fished bugger all, apart from the little bit this morning, but it's been just a really nice day in the water. Struggled a little bit to find clear water, but we did in the end. And yeah, so we'll close off and might see you next week. Sweet. Alright, so here we are, Rarawa Beach, Sunday morning. It's a bit windy, But we're going to have a quick soft bait around and hop in the water and have a dive. We've got a little bit of a technical issue. The power pin for my sounder's broken, so we're not going to have any marks to go by, but I've got a rough idea where everything is, so we're going to have to test the old internal GPS skills, see how we go. Alright, so we've got a fish on here. I'm being quiet because we're in the real shallow. But this is our first one we're going to keep. I've had like 4 casts. First cast I got smashed, but I dropped it. And second 2 casts I got naught. This is my 4th cast. And we've just got a tiny little snapper. Well, not tiny, but just a little handy sized snapper. Nothing like the thing that first grabbed it. Beautiful little snapper. And just get this guy back in the water. He's demoing soft bait too. Okay, I think I've got a John Dory here. In fact, I'm almost certain it's a John Dory. I've just got weight with the odd little flutter. Yep, it's a dory. You beauty. It's only a little fella. He's only a little fella. How big a feed am I going to get off you, buddy? There you are, Mr. John Dory. Luckily, I just hooked a pretty reasonable snapper. And he came off, I dropped him, and I just let it sit for like 2 or 3 seconds, and this chap's come along and snaffled it up. He's a bit bigger than the last one, and yeah, pretty happy with that. We just got out of the water. We've had a dive up one end of the beach. That was a bit of a frustrating dive in a lot of ways. I burleyed up and I saw a pretty reasonable snapper and I burleyed it in. I had, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 dives on it, and every time it saw me and moved off, but I hadn't actually spooked it, you know, it had just moved off. So finally I managed to get a shot on it, and I shot it a bit high in the shoulder and ripped the spear out. I was pretty gutted about that. But very next dive I actually managed to bag a little John Dory, so I was pretty stoked about that. But then the wind got up and we decided to come down the other end of this beach. And we've been swimming around here looking for crayfish, and I managed to find one in a hole. And then I was just swimming around looking around. There was a little school of trevally, so I dived down to watch them, and I just happened to be in front of a hole. I thought, oh, I wonder if there's a crayfish in here, and poked my head in. Well, what I saw was a blooming huge snapper, so my gun was pointing the other way, so I frantically backed up and managed to get my gun round just as he turned around, and he came out, and I managed to shoot him, and I was about this far away from him when I shot, and I got him bang in the eye. And he's a pretty good snapper. I'm not too sure what the size is, but here he is. He's a pretty reasonable fish. My pick is 17 or 18 pound, and yeah, pretty stoked, to be honest. It was a real surprise. He was just sitting in the hole chilling out, and I stumbled across him and got him. So yeah, it's going so far pretty good so far now. Chase saw a few kingies, had a shot at one but missed, so we're just going to relocate a little bit to a spot that might just be a little bit better for them, and see what we can come up with in that spot. Right, we're back at the beach, and it's nearly dark. We've been out for a while. We had another dive on on another spot after I got the big snapper, and yeah, wasn't much good. Chase had a crack at a cray, and he actually got it, but it was a pack, so it wasn't legal, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's been a bit of a long day, and I guess now we've got to put all our gear in the truck and skedaddle. So we might catch you next week. See ya.